I think we're going to get some emotion out of our next guest. He's Tyron Woodley. He was working on Saturday for Fox. He was watching with bated breath the main event. He's joining us right now, I think, via the magic of Skype. There he is. Look at Tyron Woodley, the ultimate pro. Where are you right now, Tyron? Oh, no audio. Wait. Hold that thought. Can't hear you.
We got audio. We got audio.
Here we are.
We got it.
Yep.
I got the headset on. I got the broadband. I had to mute it because TSA was talking about the airplane and getting everybody ready, first class board and all that crap. I'm at the airport, and I am not going to be quiet. I'm not going to wait because we don't have that much time.
Yep.
I'm with Frankie. I heard the homie on early. Frankie should fight Conor #1. I think Frankie will beat Conor. I think that's part of the reason why Conor is not asking for Frankie, because he knows he's going to be in shape. He's going to be prepared. They won't be able to spring up a 2-week, hey, man, you want to fight Conor? He's going to be ready for it. I think that style is horrible for Conor McGregor. And, I'll be excited to watch it. But talking back to myself.
Yes.
I was watching the fights this weekend, for sure.
Yes.
And my damn tie was all messed up on the air because I was excited. I was watching the fight as a friend of Robbie's, as a fan of the sport. It was a crazy pivotal moment for the welterweight division. And as a fighter, I feel like you should honor what you say to a fighter. We're out here putting our life on the line, our health at risk. Why am I going to keep knocking off top 10 guys if I'm not going to fight for the world title? I think it was a close fight. I mean, I don't know how you had it, Ariel, watching it. We're not watching it as judges. We're emotional. So we're looking at what's going on. I knew for a fact Carlos won the first round, which what I said in my analysis, if he can win that first round, it changes the fight because he usually loses that first round. He comes back and win later rounds. He won that first round. That had us scared. The second round, Robbie won. The third round is the round that everybody's throwing up in the air. I thought Carlos clearly won 4. I thought Robbie clearly won the fifth round and almost finished him. So I thought Carlos won the fight when I watched it. I'll go back and look at it again. Really, I just need to go back and look at the third round. And then from that point, it really doesn't matter to me. I mentally was prepared to have to face a friend and teammate if I had to and finish up what I started with Carlos Condit so everybody can zip those lips because they figured he was going to miraculously come back and beat me. So I was excited for either way.
I love this. I don't even need to ask you any questions. You can just do the whole thing.
Hey,
You're
I just want to make sure we got that in because when they start doing that, I didn't want to get cut off.
Yeah, no problem. And I know that you're short for time here, so I'll make it quick. But when you're watching that fight and it gets to the 5th round and it turns into one of the greatest 5th rounds of a title fight ever, and they're doing that, what's going through your mind? Like, are you thinking, man, my title shot is slipping away here? They're going to do a rematch. How are you processing this?
Even before that last round, let me let this lady speak real quick.
No problem. We hear you more than her, so you can go through her.
Oh, perfect. And I'll talk a little louder.
No problem.
Even before the 5th round, the way that the fight was going, I already was thinking, God damn it, they're about to do this fight again. We're in the era of the rematch. People want to see a rematch every other weekend. How many rematches have you saw? Think about Kane fought JDS a couple times. Robbie fought Johnny a couple times. They wanted to see Holly Holmes immediately fight, Ronda Rousey again. I think a rematch is preserved for controversy. If someone, got knocked out real quick and you didn't get the opportunity to see the fight. But when it's a clear, concise win, I don't believe a rematch should be warranted. I feel like there's guys behind you waiting that are grinding, that if you're the top guy, you're one of the top guys in the world, you will make your way back up to the top, and then you will win it the next time around. In this situation, unfortunately, it's a little bit damn controversy, but there's more variables than just that. Carlos Condit's mentioned, he's mentioning retiring, So it's 2 ways that can go. He can retire, and then it's obvious who's fighting next, man right here, or he can go up to, Dana White and be like, hey, man, if I don't fight my next fight for the title, I'm going to retire. And what do you think they're going to do? They're going to line his pockets and they're going to make it happen. For me, this is my year, man. You can delay, but you cannot deny. I need to make the T-shirt. That is going to be my mantra for the entire year. I will be the world champion. I am the best in the world. Watching the fight, I was inspired. But I also had the pen and notepad there, and I saw a lot of opportunities where I would have seized the moment or I would have not engaged into that freaking all-out brawl. I know you guys love watching it, but Carlos Condit could have found a way to get to a clinch, drop some elbows and knees, bring Robbie close to him, and avoid letting him win that round.
Let's play devil's advocate. If they go the immediate rematch, what do you do?
Shit, I have to tune somebody up. Somebody's going to get whooped bad, whooping they don't even deserve. And, I just think that if they do the immediate rematch, they'll preserve that fight for UFC 200. I should quit talking because I'm giving the UFC too many goddamn ideas, and I need to cut that off.
But next
rewind.
Fair enough.
I'm fighting the next guy.
But come February, you have not fought in a year, and you're healthy.
Yeah,
you're healthy. This is the prime of your life. So I mean, don't you want to get back to work sooner?
I'm super healthy. Yeah, I'll never stop working.
I mean, let's
think about this, Ariel.
Yep.
If you say, hey, I can fight. Did I turn you down?
No, I hear you.
I can fight for a world title, right? Or you take a fight in between. Per se, a Matt Brown beat his little old body up or something like that. Matt Brown, and then you fight him. What if I slip on the banana peel that Carlos Condit slipped on when we fought, and then I'm out the fight? Now, does he jump ahead and fight for a world title? Had never defeating a top 10 guy? Do I fight Damian Maia? And it's a wrestling fest that no one enjoys watching. Nobody wants to see me do another Jake Shields fight. That's the risk that I put myself into. I would rather preserve my body, stay in shape, stay mentally sharp, be prepared, and get the world title fight and seize the moment. The money comes at the champion belt. There's no hidden secret. I'm trying to change my family life. I ain't trying to just keep collecting checks and a few months later scrape again. I'm trying to secure longevity for my family, wealth for my family. I'm trying to leave a legacy. The goal is to be a champion. It's not to be a contender. So these are contender fights. I feel like I've done enough. I feel like I've done enough to already fought for the world title before. So why should I have to do more?
Do we have a couple minutes still?
We still got a couple minutes.
Okay. This is the guy that you need to call, by the way. This is the one that you need to worry about, in my opinion. It's that guy in Montreal, GSP, because I feel like they're going to try to get him out to fight Robbie. What do you think of that? Even more so than Condit.
Well, as I said before, I need not play my cards out on the MMA hour because I know everyone watches the MMA hour.
That's true.
But my goal is to become the champion, and I get to fight against GSP.
Oh,
you can't watch.
That'd be fun.
He's the actual number one welterweight. He's a lineal number one guy. You can't watch this guy sit on a throne that long, defeat 3 different generations, the up-and-coming guys. He beat the guys that were just jiu-jitsu guys or just strikers. He beat the guys that were mixed martial artists like Koscheck. Then he beat the generation which I'm in, which is Johnny Hendricks, the heavy-handed wrestler that can stop a shot and also can strike. He's done it. He finished at the top. He retired as champion. If he comes back, I want to be in position that I'm the world champion, that I get the big pay-per-view check, and that I get a chance to at least know for myself where I measure up against a guy that was the best in the world.
Okay, so here's the big question. Have you talked to the UFC brass since Saturday night? Do you have any idea where you stand?
I'm letting it marinate. I feel like, man, I've done that route before. I'm in a position now where, you remember where I came from. I came off a loss on Strikeforce. I came out and let the UFC and let the entire world know what I was made of with that 36 knockout of Jay Heron. Then I went and I annoyed Dana White to oblivion. I blew him up. I told him what I wanted. I took the big fights. I've never asked for a fighter that wasn't either a number one contender or former title holder or title challenger. Think about my route. Jake Shields fought for the title. He was a Strikeforce champ. Carlos Condit was an interim champ and fought for the title. Rory McDonald. Everyone I've asked for, Johnny Hendricks. It's not by design. People say, Tyron, pick fight. You damn right, I pick fights. The fights I pick are hard. They're harder than the ones people offer me, and they're the people that are either the number one contender or have formerly fought for the title. That's my goal to the top. I want to leave no question. So with that said, I have not talked to them. I think they know the right thing to do. Some things got to sort out, and I'm also logical. I know that people want to see Carlos Condit versus Robbie Lawler too, and I'm just preparing myself to be heartbroken again. But I'm telling you, if I get heartbroken, they're going to get somebody hurt.
Okay.
They're going to get somebody hurt real bad.
I feel like in the past, you've had success calling out Dana White and bugging him and stuff, so why not do it again?
You know what? I'm going to take your advice. I'm going to give him a call when I get to Pittsburgh.
Oh, no. Don't blame me.
I'm like, you know what? Ariel Helwani told me to call you.
No.
And I agree with him, Dana. What are we going to do here? I'm always a professional. These dudes freaking coming in way pregnant. Missing weight by 10 pounds. And all of a sudden, I'm the one that's like, what do you need me to do more? I'm the professional. I'm been winning fights. I knocked out, 2 top 10 guys. I went to freaking Macau and fought Hector's fight when he was hurt. I've stepped in for you. What do you need me to do? Do I need to break dance? Do I need to, what do I need to do to get the world title shot? So Yeah, I'll give him a buzz. I'll let him know you sent your love.
No, yeah, and then he'll accuse you of being a clickbaiter and full of crap and all this other stuff. So I don't suggest you do that part. The other part, do it. How'd you like working for Fox? I know you were looking forward to that.
Man, I loved it, man. I appreciate you giving me some tips as well and some good words of wisdom and some good nudge. Hey, man, you might want to get this dude in here. It was fun. I have to look at the post-fight show because the other parts I was prepared for, man. I got a speech coach. I was really trying to be serious about it.
Yeah.
And the post-fight show came, man. We all were emotional. Like, I was not trying to hide it. I know you don't supposed to cut off the host, but when she started talking about these rematches, I'm like, time out, KB. Time out. I'm tired of these rematches. We got enough of those. We had a rematch last week.
Yeah.
Go and watch that one again. So it was fun, man. I think I'll be back, and I'm only going to get better.
And so was it hard for you to separate? Because, you know, when you're up there, you're supposed to be the unbiased, analyst and things like that. But come post-fight show, you're saying if anyone missed it, you were this Tyron Woodley, right? So it was hard to kind of separate.
I was this Tyron Woodley.
I was this Tyron Woodley,
but I was still the logical one. I was the one that was being respectful because these guys just went out there and they gave us a definition. Webster's going to change our dictionary.
Oh.
When someone leave it in the octagon, it's going to be a picture of Carlos Condit and Robbie Lawler hanging their hands on the top of the cage, breathing, because they left everything stuff their body didn't even have. They grabbed stuff from the atmosphere and put it into their body. They left it in the cage. So I was opinionated, but I also was respectful of what just happened. You never want to steal a moment for those guys. They made history that night. That fight will go in the record books. But I told people that I won it next for sure.
Hey, by the way, if you fight Robbie, would you train in Florida at all? I heard that you were considering training in Florida for that fight, which could make for an awkward situation, no?
Hey, I'm considering training with Robbie. Why we gonna waste all this money getting simulations? Hey, Robbie, me and you can train together for 6 to 8 weeks, beat each other butt, and then spar on Saturday night in Vegas. So,
really,
probably not. But you have to know Robbie, man. I'm more bent out of shape about it. I've been calling Robbie. I'm like, man, we getting closer to fighting each other, man. This sucks. I hate the thought of it. And you know what Robbie's response is? Man, don't worry about that. Go out there and beat Johnny's ass. He's not worried about it.
Wow.
It's like him fighting me is not like something that makes his heart rate jump up. He will fight anybody. He is literally the only person left in the sport that came in a fighter that's become a competitor and a fighter. So he can compete and he can fight, as you've seen Saturday night.
And do you have a time frame? Like, do you not want to wait until X month? Do you want to get, you know what I mean?
No, I don't have a time frame. My spirit is usually right. I usually know. People always say, Tyron's not going to get this fight. You're not ranked. You're not going to do that. Aaron, you've seen, man, I've been pretty pinpoint accurate when things happen that people didn't think were going to happen. So right now I feel like I need to get ready, whether it's for a title shot, whether it's for another fight in between. My body, my mind, my spirit tells me, Tyron, it's time to get ready. If you were not inspired, I don't care what line of work you in, if you were not inspired by two people operating in their gift, operating in what God created them to do, and leaving it all out there, like, I don't know if your heart works, because those guys motivated me to get in the gym, to really put myself in bad situations, fight through them. So when I get into that world title fight, I can match that. I can match that type of performance, or even better, take one of those guys out and finish them.
Okay, let me let you go because I know you have a flight to catch, but give us a couple plugs. You have a new podcast, and you're going to do something cool in Pittsburgh. I don't know if you want to share that. What do you want to plug?
Yeah, for sure. Man, I'm always doing stuff. Man, I'm doing commercials, movies. Right now, I'm heading to Pittsburgh. I'm working with Dick's Sporting Goods. Wow. I'm motivating these guys for 2016 so they can boost their sales. I'm going to put them through a little workout, and I'm going to talk to them about, pretty much what we saw Saturday, leaving it all on there, going out there and chasing these sales. So, I do things of that nature as well.
Wow.
I have the podcast, The Morning Wood Show with These Nuts. The first episode was my man, Ari Hawani. I appreciate you, brother. And it is hard to book guests, man.
Oh.
And now I see what you go through. It's hard to book guests.
There you go.
And have those technical difficulties. So it's been going great. Myself, Dean Thomas, TJ DeSantis produces it, but it's been a phenomenal show. Make sure you go to SoundCloud and iTunes, The Morning Wood Show with These Nuts. It's a great show, man. We give guys an opportunity for you to get to know them. Like our next episode coming out tomorrow, Aljamain Sterling. Man, have you interviewed this kid?
Oh, I love
this
him.
kid is the bomb, man. I'm a forever fan of him now. So check that out, and I appreciate the opportunity to plug that.
Absolutely. Safe travels. You're the man. What an appearance. Great job. I hope you get what you want, my man, and great job at the studio in LA this past week, and I heard you did phenomenal.
Thank you, man. You take it easy.
All right, there he is, Tyron Woodley. Wow. If the first 2 interviews of today's show are any indication, these guys are bringing it strong in 2016. Holy moly. This is fun. Now, of course, we have to take a little dip in the intensity department and in the the intensity department, because Mark Ramundi is coming up next, and he can be sometimes a little bit of a womp womp negative Nancy party pooper, if you know what I'm saying. We're going to be joined by our own Mark Ramundi in a matter of moments, but holy moly, what about Frankie Edgar and then Tyron Woodley? 2 guys who are in tough spots, who feel like they need to speak up. I mean, the facts are the facts. They were I even think Frankie more so than Woodley, but to a degree, they were both told that they're next, and they could both see those golden opportunities slip away again. So you can understand their frustration. You can understand where they're coming from. You can certainly appreciate the emotion, the passion. Sometimes in the sport, look, squeaky wheel gets the grease. If Nate Diaz never went on Fox, dropped all those F-bombs, said what he said beforehand and afterwards, he wouldn't be in that discussion as well. You got to do it. That's the sport we're in. So I'm happy, especially for Frankie, who's recognizing that you need to speak up. You just do. And it has to be authentic. It has to be real. Well, you heard from Frankie Edgar there. I've been interviewing Frankie Edgar since, I think the first time I interviewed him was UFC 98. Maybe a little bit before that. Never heard him swear this much, and that's real. That's the real guy right there. So it's going to be interesting to see what the UFC does with both Conor and Robbie Lawler, because they've got options. And as Conor told us, numbers and options, that's the fight game.